Victoria. Now we're live, Victoria.
It's always weird because it's like the mirror. I think I'll turn it that way. But no. Anyway.
Introduce the show, Victoria.
Hello, you guys. Welcome to
Hi,
another
you
exciting
guys.
episode of Feel It Real Fun live on the 14th of February, 2025.
Happy Victoria.
Valentine's Day. Yes.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
You know what's cool?
And it's called the Happy Valentine's Day Show.
We didn't always know each other or have happy Valentines, you know? And when time we stopped putting it off, but I digress.
Stop putting you off.
Yeah, stop putting it all off.
Oh, putting it all off.
Let's just find something else dumb to do instead of...
Okay.
Anyway, all right. So have I done that? So yeah, you keep doing it.
So, meanwhile, Happy Valentine's Day Show. Go to howtofeelitreal.com. If you're new to us, want to see what it's all about, 7 free emails, one after a time, fundamentals of what we do. And
the
share.
shit that everyone gets wrong or thinks they already know.
There you go. He says it's so much better.
I'm a thought leader.
If you'd like a little bit more, go to manifestingmasterycourse.com.
If you want the foundations, like seriously, like if you want to build a strong foundation, right? Yeah, you know it's in cement, right? I guess there's sand and stuff and water and stuff, like 4 ingredients, sort of like bread, but different, right? And a lot of people think they're making cement when they're making bread, and bread when they're making cement. They combine all kind of shit. And I'm just telling you, if you want to build a strong foundation, manifestingmasterycourse.com, it's $1 a day. But as Rob Begg would say, what's it costing you to dick around?
What's it costing you not to do it?
Yeah, in other words, another Valentine's Day is here. How's it going? Anyway.
And if you've done that, want more, love what 20 shares,
Yeah,
join
if you love what I share
remarkable.com.
and my amazing attitude.
So that's joinremarkable.com. Hello, Anne, I think. Yeah. Sorry, it's really little print on the side.
Hi, Ann.
And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
I just realized hi, Ann rhymes with cayenne.
And hello, Christina.
Think about that.
Hi,
Ann rhymes with cayenne.
like cayenne pepper, but it's cayenne pepper. But
It all depends who you talk to, right?
Okay.
Tomato rhymes with some things. Tomato rhymes with some things. You two figure it out. Zuli. Happy birthday, Zuli. Happy birthday, Zuli.
When's it his birthday today?
It was Zuli's birthday a few days ago. Happy birthday, Zuli.
Happy birthday, Zuli.
All right.
Okay, and I think we're starting the show with a Neville Goddard quote.
Yeah, just
But
read
are we
some of that. You don't got to read it all. I just figured that was, while people were tuning in, we'd have a quote.
Okay, so your imagination will draw all that it needs to make your dream an actual reality.
Right.
If it takes others to play a part in order to accomplish your end, your imagination will draw that person into your drama to play his or her part in the sequence of events.
In other words, this ain't about making somebody do shit. Right? This is your imagination, right? The divine, wonderful human imagination will draw in who needs to be drawn in. You don't get to go, I pick that one to do that shit, right? Don't do that. Anyway, cool. Santa Fe Laurel. All right.
Your imagination will work out the means to realize your dream while your conscious mind sleeps.
Now, here's the fun thing. We're going to talk about this in a whole new way today. But first, let's go to the first question, Victoria.
The first question, Victoria.
All right.
Is not from Victoria.
No.
It's from Daniel via email.
And he just joined manifestingmasterycourse.com. Way to go, Daniel. We're going to dive into your question, but good on you for you chose to build a foundation.
Yeah, good one.
Instead of fixing problems. Foundations are fixings.
Forex trading. And Daniel asks, hello, Mr. 2020. Could you guide me on what to do better or what I'm not doing correctly?
By the way, that is a golden question, Daniel, and I'll tell you why in a moment.
Cool. I wish to make 3 times my salary trading in the market. I have my ups and downs, but never have managed to be profitable. I make some and lose it back. I have got to turn this ship around.
All right, ready? Now, we all live by metaphors. Can't help it, right? And so you've got a metaphor in your life of imagining life as like a ship that needs to be turned around. Or at least this does. And as long as you imagine life is like a ship that needs to be turned around, you're going to be fighting momentum and waves and all kind of things. And it's all about changing who you are. So if you change who you are and you build a foundation that works, two things that go hand in hand, your entire life changes. So you've invested in manifestingmasterycourse.com. Lesson 1 is something that every trader really needs. That first whole week, right? That first whole week, if I could teach one thing to traders, it would be that. So I'm not going to say a word about it, but I'm really happy you decided to invest in
So
you.
when does he get day one? Today?
Today, right now.
Oh, cool.
Right? Because he's the one. So I went in and I put your email in and I put it in wrong. And of course, I start saying those creative words that I do. And Victoria says, "What's wrong?" I said, "Email." Put the wrong email in, right? So good on you for diving in and picking to build a strong foundation, because you can either build a foundation or you can focus on fixing. And the other part of this is this whole thing of you get to drop the metaphor of it's a ship that needs turned around.
Yeah.
Right? When you change who you are, all that you do changes. So, yeah, I think that's a good start. And for fun, just for fun, revise your trading session every day. Now, here's the cool thing. Ready? We got that cool little $7 pack, revision to the max. And one of the things that we introduced there was you don't want to turn revision into a fix-it system, right? And Victoria loves this, because you want to revise bad into good, and you also want to revise good into great.
Yeah.
So if you lost some money, revise it into you won some money. And if you won some money, multiply that into like 10 times what you won. Right? So you're playing with revision in all kind of ways.
Yeah.
And you could we'll just start there. So
Cool.
that's revision to the max.com, those who don't have that little $7 gem.
Yeah. Very cool.
All right. And yeah, we're going to skip that.
Okay.
All right. Maybe it'll show up later.
It might.
Yeah.
Excellent. So
Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel.
Daniel.
Thanks very much for your email.
Thanks, Daniel, and thanks for signing up. And here's the biggie, right? You guys that haven't done Manifesting Mastery or have done it and didn't get anywhere, send me your updates every 7 days. Right? Now, remember I said Daniel asked a genius question. Right? Roll back up to Daniel's question, if you would.
Yep.
All right? Better yet, or what am I not doing correctly? Here's the thing. Data can tell you what to do. There's endless data out there. There's chat GPTs and all that stuff. It'll give you lots and lots of data. But as far as noticing what are you not doing correctly, or where's your personality getting in the way of your performance, that's where mentoring comes in. Because a mentor gets to know you. And they can notice all your personality is getting in the way of your performance. Or you think you're doing this. So your personality is in the way of your performance, or you think you're doing something that you're not, or you're not doing something that you think you are. And a mentor can help you do that. And the 7-day updates help us develop a relationship so that I can offer corrections. Because whether it's a Manifesting Mastery course or Remarkable or a one-on-one, it's not about me telling you what to do. It's me inviting you to try on some cool shit, but also helping you notice this is what you're missing, and this is what you're adding in. Right? Cool. And good on you, Lisa and Kroll, for inviting cool kids. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Cool.
You haven't mentioned your hair yet.
No, I haven't.
It's purple.
Yeah. Anybody who want to tag Dark Mockery?
He did it for the show. And the pool.
We'll be talking about that
All
again
right,
later.
I wasn't sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll what do we call that? But I what?
Have a conversation?
No. I go in my own direction with things.
Digress.
Digress. Yeah,
Yes.
but I digress. All right.
We know the digress.
Yes.
Okay. The next question's from Jeff on Facebook.
Thanks, Lisa.
A better me. And Jeff asks, I was waiting for this. Well, I manifested this. I just discovered I was doing the exercises to develop a better version of me, aka skills of being a master manifester. It's all right, they're all outside.
Oh, yeah, you keep going.
Okay. So skills of being a master manifester. No wonder I felt manifesting being so hard. Please talk about how to drop from this developer syndrome. It has been war. I want to discover and enjoy the dance of me.
All right, so it ought to be a better show now since I've locked the door and barricaded it both.
Stop them from coming back in.
Right?
Yeah.
So in Dream Driven Day, one of the lessons that everyone gets but doesn't get, but there's so many layers to, is different is better than better. As soon as we start sorting for better versus worse, part of you has to show up that's always going, am I getting better? Am I getting worse? Now watch my head. Am I getting better? Am I getting worse? Is that good?
Back,
Is that
forward,
bad?
inside,
Right?
outside.
In other words, we've left. So is Victoria better or worse today? Right? Now, I don't know. Because the one thing I wake up and I don't know. Right? I wake up every day and I go, she's different. Right? And I like you. Right? So different is better than better. Now, here's the thing. When you stop trying to become a better manifester, a better person, you're going to stop worrying about, am I getting worse at getting better? Or am I getting better at getting worse? It just gets loopy as shit, doesn't it?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, versus this whole thing of like radio. Good morning, what's different? And I get to go, all right, what's different? I love different.
Yeah.
Right? And different actually has you notice, now listen close, being willing to simply notice different has you notice what you're actually imagining. If you go, oh, on a scale from 1 to 10, let's make it even more complicated. Am I getting better or worse, and is that good or bad? So now you are collecting data that just doesn't matter, and you're not noticing what you're actually imagining in the moment of you. This is so fascinating to me. So, good, bad, better, worse, that's all judgment. On the other hand, of noticing what's different here? Ooh. So we get to have fun. Different invites fun. So I invite you to simply celebrate that you're noticing differently and to always be just noticing what's different. So years ago, I had these two knuckleheads, and they wanted me to teach them Tai Chi.
All right, it's not our dog. Yeah.
No, that's back in the old country.
Yeah.
And these two knuckleheads say, look, we hear you're really good at what you do, that you know some cool shit, and you charge $40 an hour. And I said, you've heard correctly. This was a long time ago. And so I said, all right. And they said, how about if two of us come in? I said, well, if you come in separately, each for an hour, that's $40 an hour, right? So what if we come together? And I got, all right. I made the mistake, and I said, all right, $50 an hour for two, right? So that's what we're doing. And so you know what happens whenever you start getting into price negotiations.
Before you've even started.
Yeah. And so about 6-8 weeks go by, and so we're walking down from my house to East Park, Connellsville, which is where we go for the class, and they're carrying on a conversation with themselves. Well, what about that guy Stan you saw in the Point of Light magazine? Oh, I hear Stan's pretty good. Well, I hear Stan's charging this much. Oh, wow, maybe we should go to Stan, right? And they're just talking amongst themselves. Yeah. Like, all right. And they're playing their game, good, bad, right, wrong, all that bullshit. And I said, hey, fellas, have you noticed the trees have been budding this week? And they both return to sensory data, and they fall into each other. And I said, that's what you pay me for, to help you notice differently. Because when you're loopy in your head and you're going right, wrong, good, bad, and you're trying to find someone to give you a better rate, right, for something that's not as good,
yeah,
right, it's just war. And I invited these guys to notice the trees. And they fall into each other because they get so disoriented. They were so oriented by better, worse, good, bad, total bullshit, instead of just being there. So there's my story.
Very cool.
I'm proud of you. Good on you, Jeff. Your whole life gets to be different now. Instead of shooting for better, someday it can be different every day. Let's ask Victoria. Is any 2 days with me the same? All right.
Yep.
All right.
I've got a purple-haired man now.
Oh, yeah. More on that
different.
shortly.
So, all right, cool, excellent. So that was for Jeff. Thanks very much for your question, Jeff.
It's the difference between judging, having to make endless observations, and noticing. If I have to look at her and make observations all day,
And judge.
right, and judge her all day,
Yeah.
right, I'm not noticing her
No.
or me in the moment. Huh. Anyway, what's that next question? I wonder if this has anything to do with that.
Okay. So the next question's from TT.
Yo, since it's VD, Valentine's Day.
Yes, we've got it.
Yeah.
How do you manifest love? And 20 asks,
Yeah, 20
how
asks.
do you manifest love?
All right. Well, I'm curious how I do it.
Okay.
Right. This is really, really cool, right? So I need you to start showing them your props.
Oh,
So you can put that down.
prop time.
So a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, I left the house this morning and went shopping. And she
Yes.
gave me a shopping list. And on the shopping list was...
Oh, sorry. I wanted half a pineapple.
All right. They didn't have it.
They didn't.
All right. And so one of the things that I noticed, so I didn't even bother going to Kohl's. Kohl's never has them. And I go to the greengrocer. We have greengrocers. I love greengrocers.
Yeah.
And I go in the greengrocers, and they've got bananas with lots of brown spots on them and pineapples that are whole. And I went,
Doesn't look good.
And then I thought, well, let me go get me some drugs for Bruce, right? I'm close by. I'll walk down and get me some drugs for Bruce. And the last time I got drugs for Bruce, it was $13 for 10, right? And there's a part of me that just goes, that's ridiculous, right? I love my dog, and I'll spend $1 a day on my dog. I don't care. But there's a part of me that goes, that's ridiculous, because years ago we used to buy vitamin K2 in Australia, and it was a fortune. and then I decided I'm importing it. And I discovered when I started importing it that 1 K2 that we take is worth 10 Australian K2s.
Was it K2 or vitamin D you took? Because that was
same
the
thing.
same too.
Yeah, same thing. But vitamin
okay.
K2 and D3 both.
Yeah.
And so we import them from the U.S. And when I tell people what I take, they, oh my God, you're going to die. Oh no, the Australian people are full of bullshit.
Regulation.
Yeah. And second of all, they go, oh my God, that's got to be expensive. I said, no, I import it. I pay like 1/10 of the cost of what you do. But meanwhile, this is what I do. I get first class. I take less pills, and I pay less for them, right?
Yeah.
So I decided, I said, look, I'm going to go get me some drugs for Brucey, and I got this stuff, right? But look at that, how thick that box is. So last week, I bought 10 for $13, and this here is 80 for $32. I didn't see this last week. They didn't have it last week. They have it this week, so it's mine. So I check it out, and it's mine. And then I leave there, and I'm returning, and I look up, and I notice the bananas are now green instead of brown spotty. And I look, and she doesn't have bananas on the list. I get it, right? But they also have fresh tomatoes out, and they've got the pineapples cut in half.
Yeah.
I'll be doggone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yum, yum,
So I
yum,
got
yum. Got me a
drugs for the dog, got her a
pineapple.
pineapple.
Yes.
Now, meanwhile, I go shopping, and she also says, she calls me up. She shouldn't be calling me up. She should be doing yoga.
Yes.
And she calls
I
me
did
up.
do it.
And she says, get me some fish.
I forgot to put it on the list.
Right. Well, I've already decided I'm getting her fish, and I'm getting
Yeah.
her the fish that's been unavailable for 4 weeks, because I like the fish that's been unavailable for 4 weeks. Right? Not because it's better, but because it's different. It's what I like.
Yeah.
Right? Now show them this.
Yeah.
There we go. Ready? This is red Alaskan sockeye
Can I
salmon.
see the thing there, the
beauty,
price?
Beauty. Right? Save $10. Right? Should be $18 a pack. I get it for $8.74. Should be $19
a pack.
And I get it for $8.74.
And this stuff
and
is
this stuff is
magnificent.
divine.
Yeah.
Right? It is absolute heaven.
And
so
it says wild underneath the
wild
Alaskan red sockeye salmon.
Yeah, all those words matter.
Yeah.
Right. So I buy 3 of them. Right. So she'll have one. I'll have one. One goes in the freezer. Right. Just for fun. And so since I bought that, I go back to the fish thing, and the fish girl has just put out all the fresh barramundi. And of course they've got one perfect barramundi tail for her. And of course I tell her, hi, that's mine. And she gives it to me. It's like, this is great, right? Typical day of shopping. Now, ready? How do I manifest love? Right? I manifest service. I don't manifest struggle. A lot of people struggle with love. I imagine service. I got my dog what he needs at the price that I accept. I got her the fish and the pineapple she wants. Right? Psst. Right? Christina says we don't even get Alaskan salmon in New York for that price. Yeah, I do. Yeah. How cool is that?
Don't forget, our dollar is like
yeah, and our dollar is shit
of yours,
right? So technically, anyway, I can't do that.
Yeah.
So here's what happens. I am a devotee to what I really am, and I am a devotee to my wife and my puppies and to you. I am devoted. I'm not determined to make her mine. I'm not determined to get a good deal. I am a devotee. So I go shopping. She is clueless now. This is just great. And I decided to get her a Valentine's Day card. Now let's ask her, let's be honest. How many Valentine's Day cards have I gotten you in the past 14 and a half years? Right? Not many.
No,
right?
we don't.
Because they're just bullshit to me.
We did at the beginning, first few years, and then it was
we
we started handwriting. In fact, was that a handwritten one?
That was a handwritten there. I made it out of
lovely.
bark.
Yeah.
Right, I sketched our cottage on it and so on.
Yeah.
But I got her this today. This is Happy Valentine's Day.
You smuggled that in and hid it.
I smuggled it in. Now, this is also the plain brown wrapper show. That'll make more sense in a moment.
Happy Victoria Day.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now you have to show them the front of it.
I can get it out. Oh,
No, don't open it yet. Show them.
That's lovely.
Isn't it lovely? Now, stick it up. There you go. She's doing great. Yay.
Great. Can you see all the card?
Wow.
Which way do I need to go?
That's perfect. They can see all kinds of
things.
things.
Look at the 3 doorways.
Yeah.
3 pillars.
Yeah. It's like 3 worlds. But anyway.
3 worlds. That's gorgeous.
We got a live call Sunday. Check your inboxes. Or ask me.
It definitely looks almost Aboriginal.
Yeah, no idea. You don't need to read all that small print.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
She's a proud Narundra painter.
Yeah, we all know.
Okay.
All right.
So what? Oh wow. Happy Valentine's Day, Victoria, 2020 and 2025.
All right.
Before Victoria, my world was... But now it's what's over the page.
Yes. So you got to show them. Before Victoria, my world was.
So look, I can't see. Okay,
Keep going,
so
keep going. Out a little bit. Perfect.
yeah.
Right, like that. That was my world before Victoria.
Is that a house, a tree?
Yeah, a house,
and
a
dog?
tree, a dog,
or a cat.
or a cat. It's got hollow eyes.
But of course, now it's got the arrow saying,
Yay!
like that.
Right. Now, this is not a Valentine's Day card. I turned this into a Valentine's Day card.
It's
right?
a gorgeous card.
Because the card caught my attention because I'm imagining Happy Valentine's Day, Victoria. And so that happens. Next. So way long time ago, plain brown wrapper show.
Oh, this is going to be one of the little...
This is going to be something special.
Possibly them.
Right. Now I go to this
This
shop,
shop's lovely.
and they have people, we'll just call them native peoples, Aboriginals, peoples from around the world making cool shit. And so years and years ago, Victoria used to hand feed the kookaburras here, and she hasn't recently, but they're still here. We love the kookaburras.
They sort of come back. They're a bit scared of the magpies, and the magpies have just become so territorial.
Yes. So you have to show them that.
But this, okay, is one of those ink stamps. Can you see the cookie of a kookaburra?
Now, what are the odds of me finding that? Right?
That's gorgeous.
They had one.
And for someone in India to do one of a kookaburra.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it just makes no sense to me. But now leave the sticker. Stick around on the show.
Okay.
Right? Show them the cookie again.
All right.
Right. So she's got a printer's block thing over there.
I do.
Right, and that goes on it now.
Yes.
Now, what are the odds of me finding the only kookaburra in the box of 200?
Oh, of course, because there's all sorts of different animals.
Yeah, there's all kind of things. Yeah, and most of them are just dumb. And I found the kookaburra. And finally,
that is cute.
look at this. One more plain brown wrapper. Now, here's the thing. How do you manifest love? You imagine being loving and having someone being loving with you. And she's going to lose her mind here.
Yeah. So these are one of my very favourite things. Very bad. They're called almond croissants. So they're filled with, they've got, I don't know if you can see that properly, and filled with lots of yummy stuff inside.
Right. So here's the thing. I imagine having this kind of experience in my life. And she shows up so that I'm not buying shit and not having not anyone to give it to. Right? People do the silliest thing. They want to manifest a dog, and then they'll go pretend they have a dog. They'll go to the dog park with a lead and yell, "Hey, Sparky," and there's no dog there. I just think that's weird. Right? Or they'll clear a space out in the house for the dog, right? I imagine something like this. Being able to give, Siobhan, being able, Christina says, I can see the butter stains in the bag. That's it. Right? I imagine having somebody that I can share butter with. What would I feel like? HowToManifestLove.com. There's 4 principles in there, and I think 5 steps, or 5 principles and 4 steps. If this intrigues you, if you think it's a little less nutty than making vision boards and stalking people, HowToManifestLove.com. Imagine up the experience that I just had at the shops, the experience that I just had with her, and the experience I just had with you. Right? And what do I imagine about love? This is natural. Right? Wow. Any questions on that, Victoria?
No.
So she
Other than how did you sneak it in without me seeing?
Yeah, here's what I do. Oh, Victoria, look, there's a sticker on an avocado. What?
Yes, so I peeled the sticker off.
Yes.
Oh, that's what I should have asked for. Forgot about that. That's on Sunday.
Oh, that'll be Sunday.
Cool.
All right. So that was fun. I enjoyed that.
That's
How do you
lovely.
manifest love? Imagine, here's the steps from How to Manifest Love. They still buy the course, though. I imagine me happy. If I've got a specific person in my life, her, I imagine her happy. And I imagine her happy, not far, far away with someone else. I just imagine me sharing a life with her that's happy. And here's the thing, ready? You don't stop. If I made it about manifesting her, once her is here, I'd probably stop doing all my crazy stalky shit that most people teach. On the other hand, how do I manifest love? Love's an identity, like successful Forex trader. Or someone who gets, it's not about me being a better me, it's about me exploring how many different me's are there. Neville Goddard says God plays all the parts. How many parts can you play in this lifetime? Right? Wouldn't that be lovely? Especially if they are lovely. But I digress as my leg falls asleep. Victoria, let's keep going.
Do you need to stand up or do anything until the last?
Just wait.
Because we're up to our last question. So thank you, TT,
You're
for putting down, asking how do you manifest love?
How do you?
Yes.
You notice it's different than manifesting her, right? Or her doing my bidding, right? It's love. Manifest love. Love's what you are. Right? Expanding and exploring that, easy. Her. Anyway.
Okay. And the last question today is from our remarkable Lisa and LaRoque. Courage to enter. And Lisa asks, hello, 20 in Victoria.
Hello, Lisa.
Declare a I don't know how really to say that word, a holy temenos,
She's asking me how to say the word
sacred
properly.
enclosure, such as a garden, where upon entering we say, thus far and no more, to our disappointments, where the old conversation we were having cannot enter. Only the honourable and dignified are permitted, in the silence, in the stillness. Moving toward us from the mist of possibility appears Andrew. He has met us here to introduce us to Jesus, our own wonderful imagination, our Saviour, where grateful tears christen the seeds of new imagining. Only by leaving one world do we experience the courage to enter the next. I'd like to hear more about how the sacred pause is a generous offering to ourselves as we transition from one state to the next. Thank you, Lisa.
So I made a podcast this morning before you sent this, and I didn't put it up yet. And one of the things that I put in the podcast was done and dusted. Right? Now, there's two sides to done and dusted. There's the one side that a lot of people notice. Yeah, I'm done and dusted with that 20. I nailed it. I feel great about it. Yeah, we can call that emotionalism at times. I'm excited. I know it's coming, blah, blah, blah. And that's not bad. It's not good. It's just something. But there's a different side to this that a lot of people miss. Done and dusted. I've always wanted to get cremated. I just thought it'd be good fun, right? Mix me in with the food, poof me in the air, do a little bit of both. I don't care.
Sounds good, but I think make sure I'm dead for about 2 weeks first.
Yeah.
And then cremate.
Yeah, that's right. Then we call people up. Yeah, I haven't seen her in 2 weeks. Anyway, so cremated. I just think that'd be fun. Now, why would I say that? And why does she say that? And she has no idea where I'm going with this.
Oh.
Right? So, people keep reviving their dead states. Right? You came here to give life to dead states. Right? They're dead without you. They're just potentialities. And so here's what happens. We get used to the familiar. We drive the same way to the same place, the same time all the time. Right? Now, my purple hairs. So last week, I'm shopping because Jackie at the gym said, "Oh, 20, I could see you with purple highlights, but you'd never do that." And I went, "Right."
Watch me. Yes.
And so, long story short, we find out she's there on Saturday. Was it Saturday or Sunday? I think Saturday. And so Victoria gets the can of spray shit, puts it in my hair, and I go to the gym. And Jackie loses her ever-loving mind. Now, let's back up a little bit, right? Can you imagine me at the store, and there's this long aisle full of hair products.
Oh, yes.
And I'm trying to find something. All I want to find is purple. And they've got all kind of shit with purple. But I can't find anything with purple dyeing. There's like purple logos, purple tops, and I'm losing my mind. And this lady comes walking down the aisle, and we enter into conversation, which basically amounts to, "Please help me." Right? Like, I don't look well at this point, right? I look like I do when I go to Bunnings. Just not good. Or worse yet, the drugstore. Right? I go to the drugstore, it's all super ADD for me, right?
Yeah.
And so we've talked about that on the last week's show.
Yeah.
And so, wouldn't you know, I've managed to discover that they moved the cheese that Victoria and Coral both love, and the hummus that Victoria adores to a different part of the store.
Yes.
And meanwhile, I'm yelling at red and green things, Tom. Like, it's like a Mario Brothers game. Every week, it's a new challenge. Right? They move shit around. You never know when a pook is going to try to kill you. And there's the lady. And she goes, "How did the purple hair go?" And I went, "Oh, my God."
Yes.
I imagined telling her. I've never seen her before in this life that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
But there she is. Right? Now, here's the thing. We get to continuously let the dead bury the dead. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. And as long as you keep the corpse of the old you fresh, you're going to be tempted to give it CPR. And I'm amazed at the amount of novelty that shows up in my life and the opportunities that I have to connect with people because I love people. And I was the shy kid. I had to let that shy kid be done with and turn to dust so that I couldn't possibly resurrect him. And, in other words, CPR him. We really get to notice CPR. C. I choose to never see from the eyes of the old me's again. You know, P. Pulmonary. Vulnerable. You're going to be vulnerable. Vulner of the heart. Pulmonary. When you change who you are, it's vulnerable. It is so incredibly vulnerable. Even though there's no threat. Especially if you're giving life to a more loving you. R. What's reality? What is it? Is it out there? From what I can tell, there's the echo, all the minutia that's available to us. That's all good fun. There's me. What am I imagining about me right now? I'm able to dance. I'm able to discover. Going back to the initial question, our Forex mentor, Lance, through the entire relationship I've had with him, always said, I'm trying to build a system easy enough that a monkey can use it. And the problem is Lance was always building 5, 10, 16, 12, 32 systems dynamically all the time. He was noticing what's going on the charts right now. He would be trading differently constantly because he's just noticing the new nows. So he couldn't just stick with an old system. Your old identities, odds are they were built on survival, systems for survival. And when a new you beckons, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. I can't there's some things that I just can't possibly do. As a happy, loving husband, happy, loving teacher, happy, loving puppy dad, there's just some things I can't possibly do. A 16-year-old me possibly could. An 18-year-old me possibly could. But a 58-year-old happy, loving puppy dad, happy, loving husband, I feel like I'm 42. God, I can't help but go, oh my God, I'll take all the salmon. Except for 2. I left 2 or 3. And I'll get the biggie box for Brucey, and I'll manifest them cutting up the pineapples. And it's just lovely. But you get how soft it is? Your old identity, one more, is like cement. Right? It's a foundation that you've built upon for survival. It's more like a bunker or a prison cell.
Well, it really reminds me a bit of like Lot's wife when she turned back to probably old identities almost, a pillar of salt.
Absolutely.
Instead of like having what Lisa called that sacred pause.
Yes.
Just like, it's like that beautiful deep breath in.
Yes.
And exhale before, like, okay.
It goes back to the one, I believe it was last week with Lisa's question. We can monkey around, or we can swing from that vine. And the swing from the vine always invites a stretch, a release. You literally are suspended. Here's a number one thing. Everyone gets all wound up about the power of belief. I am utterly fascinated with the power of disbelief. You have to be willing to suspend disbelief. As long as you have any disbelief that you're possible of something, you enter into the world of probabilities. Whenever you're willing to suspend disbelief, I remember the first time I saw Star Wars with my dad. I would have been about 10 years old, and the rocket ship does something, and I almost fell over in my chair. It was like getting sick, because the special effects were so good.
It was amazing.
It was
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah.
It was the willing suspension of disbelief. And when I'm willing to suspend disbelief when it comes to anything, love, money, the world of possibilities opens up. Supported by the invisible, says Beth. Yeah, that's it. So we try so hard to adopt a new belief, whatever the hell that means. I'm not a fan of nouns when there could be verbs. But if we're willing to suspend disbelieving, suddenly there's a pause. I'm willing to suspending disbelieving, and there's
It's like that suspending,
pause.
that suspension.
Yes.
Like that's the pause.
That's it.
Yeah, right.
So we don't try to stop and be still. You are the stillness. And when you're willing to suspending, disbelieving.
And I love how then moving toward us from the mist of possibility
That's it.
appears Andrew, and he helps. It's like he's by our side every step of the way.
These 12 disciples, y'all that aren't in, I really invite you to join us. I think Remarkable is remarkably underpriced at $100 a month for the basics. I really do. I think it's so horribly underpriced. I may do a thing where people can voluntarily pay more just for fun. But here's the thing. These 12 disciples are like 12 dance partners, or 12 trusted advisors walking by your side. And they're also like 12 identities. Can I be willing to suspend me for a moment and explore being Simon Peter the Rock or Andrew Courage? And a quick talk about it here does not do it justice. A month's worth of exploring with a live call, a live chat, a private Facebook group. Like I said, I think it's horribly underpriced at $100. Yeah, we'll see what we do next year and as time goes by. But yeah, you've got to suspend. You've got to be done and dusted. Yeah, it's that's it.
And another bit, it just reminded me a little bit of was the because you said about a lot of our old identities, like
Yes.
especially the first few that we create,
Yeah.
are often there from a system of survival.
Yep.
We're created from that.
Absolutely.
And it's like that forgive and forget as well. You
got to forget.
sort of forgive yourself, or whatever,
Yeah.
and the identities, because some of them might have been really horrid. But then forget. It's almost like in that sacred pause to forget that identity, so that then you can move forward to the new one.
I can't believe I used to do that.
I know. I've said that a few times. What was I thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was thinking?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We really get to just be done with what we get to be done with.
Yeah, done and dusted.
Done and dusted.
No more. Yeah.
All right.
Very cool.
Thanks, Lisa.
Yeah, thank you very much, Lisa, for your question. Wow, sorry, I'll get rid of the salmon.
Salmon.
Pineapple. Clementine. What we want to know now is tell us what was your... Hashtag strawberry bit.
Victoria.
Oh, I thought it was hilarious for the trader guy. Am I getting worse at getting better or better at getting worse? I thought that was fabulous.
We really go there, don't we?
Yeah.
Please don't tell me I'm the only one that's ever done that. Right? Okay. Better or worse? I'm getting better at getting worse. Worse at getting better.
And I hadn't thought about it with the sacred pause.
Yeah.
Like this sort of welcoming of each. It's like when you hold, in a way, a party and you're waiting for your guests to arrive.
All right.
Almost. And so it's like there's that, I don't know, anticipation and all of that of each one arriving. But then one comes, do you know what I mean? And then it's almost like waiting for the next or something, but
Yeah,
in a
nice.
celebratory way, Yeah, I don't know.
When you know it has been a great party. So for me, the group calls are all little mini parties, right?
Mm.
And when I know it's been a great party, and somebody else lets me know they're coming, and
Yeah.
somebody else
Or
lets me
they
they're
text
coming,
you, be there in
and
five
yeah,
or something.
and they
Ooh.
show up 5 minutes late,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
It's there's this, and the pause is full of anticipation.
Mm.
On the other hand, uh, I need to take a break from doing CPR, from trying to revive this old me that I keep dragging around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to take a break.
Mm. You go, babe. What was your hashtag strawberry bit?
Uh, so,
Sorry?
I said so.
So,
It's Valentine's Day,
yes.
right? And I could wake up and feel like shit. Wouldn't take much, right? There's no card, there's no gift, there is a girl, right? And I could enter into some shit identity, so there's no minutia for it. I go into shit identity. A happy, loving husband doesn't even get her nothing.
Well, happy
Right,
little wife
yeah.
didn't either, but yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And so on and so forth. And I open up to this world, three wonderful possibilities, just letting myself be guided into the glowiness and stuff. And then it's the bananas that get my attention, because they switch the bananas on me, that get my attention. So I see the pineapple, and then I see they put up new yummy looking tomatoes, and it's just glorious. By the way, who knows when they marked down the fish? Did they mark down the fish while I was out dicking around?
Yeah, right.
Very well could have. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? When did they put out the fresh barramundi? Probably when I was out dicking around. Perfect divine timing. Opening up to that kind of identity and experience allows me to take the trades that are profitable. Trying to force a profitable trade, oh, I got to find me flowers. Do you know what buying flowers like is on Valentine's Day?
Well, no, they'll be triple. Do you know,
They'll
mine
be
are fabulous
they'll be
still.
triple the price, and there'll be shit left over at 8 in the morning.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not bothering. Right? And like I said, I so rarely have given her a store-bought card, but this card is divine. I look at this card and it expresses, yeah, that's my world with you, Victoria. And I showed you my world without you. You know, it's black and white and stick figures, right?
Yeah.
And some beast, we don't even know what the beast is, with hollow-looking eyes. And my world with you is that card.
Yeah, it's just gorgeous.
And it's not a
eh?
Valentine's Day card.
It's just.
And it was the
so
only one they
gorgeous.
had. Show it to them again.
I just can't get over all the
All the
little symbology and bits in it.
yeah.
It's just magnificent.
There we go. So that's my strawberry bit.
Sorry, so I'll go.
All that.
Yeah, it's just.
There,
There.
we go.
There we go.
All right.
Beautiful card.
And the opportunity to have purple hair.
Yes.
Here's my challenge for everyone watching. Do something different. Right? 58 years old. First time I dyed my hair purple. Right? Actually, it's the second because I did it the other day. But it took me 58 years to do that. What are you putting off doing that just might bring a smile? Right?
Yeah.
Anyway.
What did you say? The question. I can't remember how you worded it. Because I was wondering if that was with the. Yeah. Anyway. Very cool. Okay, so.
Ready?
Yes. Meanwhile, that was our hashtag Strawberry Bits. When you
Type in yours.
Go to.
howtofeelitreal.com. If you're just getting started and you want to get a little bit of something solid going on, you'll notice in the 7 lessons there's a lot of things we don't teach. Howtofeelitreal.com, right? Vision boards, affirmations, all kind of chantings. Second bit, manifestingmasterycourse.com. If you want to build a firm foundation, take 10-15 minutes a day, send us an update every 7 days, we get to know you. It's $97. That's a lot of money. right? Or dick around a whole bunch for a couple years and discover what that costs you. ManifestingMasteryCourse.com. And the biggin,
Join remarkable.com.
if you get a kick out of us, if you get that we're different, it's the easiest, cheapest, and that marketers hate when you use that word. It is the cheapest way to have live contact with us. Right? Monthly group call, fast and furious chat. And by the way, some people say, I can't keep up with the chat. That's fine. Don't. I don't want anyone to ever try to keep up. Just tune in and notice what tickles you. Right? So we got the live call once a month with some other things. Pretty much I'm always doing something else live every week for fun in the group. The live chat, that's live every day, all the time. I show up when I show up, and I don't when I don't. And then we got the Slow and Steady Facebook group with, right now it's got about 50 people in it, compared to the public group, which has, I think, 50 or 60,000. Right?
Yeah.
You think it's a different conversation there?
Yeah.
Join remarkable.com. That's it. All right. So, Victoria.
And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
Have a lovely day, everyone. Stay
Happy
tuned.
Valentine's Day.
And if you want details on the Sunday call, drop me a note somewhere. I'll send you details. It's going to be fun. We're talking fast and first. Because a lot of people, they don't experience fast because they don't put themselves first. Right? And they don't experience first because, oh, dear.
See ya.